What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stack City, and this is Pick a Side. I got my brother LG with me, as usual. I got my brother BarberShop P with me, as usual. And this is not your typical sports media show. We're not your typical sports media analysis or debaters. We're bringing it different. We're bringing our own flavor, our own style. It's the new wave. Pick a side. Let's get into it, fellas. My random question for today, for right now, is Carson Wentz is now with the Colts. QB number one in Indianapolis. Jalen Hurts is QB number one in Philly. Who's going to have a better season next year? Carson Wentz with the Colts or Jalen Hurts with the Eagles? LG, it's on you.
Let's go Jalen Hurts. I just feel like he has something to prove. I feel like the way his season ended with coach yanking him out to stop the Washington football team from going to the postseason. And I feel like in his I think he played like 4 games. He was able to prove he could win. He definitely proved he was dangerous. And he's more of your new gen quarterback now. He's more like your Lamar Jackson, your Patrick Mahomes, the Russell Wilsons, the guy that can scare you on the run, but also got an arm and can make plays with the passing game as well. I still feel like the NFC East is a weak division overall. So I feel like he'll have opportunity to make noise within that division. And I feel like it's new beginnings. You know, he was drafted high for a reason. It might have came off intimidating towards Carson Wentz, but he was drafted high for the Eagles for a reason. They drafted him to come in, and I mean, he looked good, man. I mean, I was a fan in his short 4 games.
Do you think the sample size is too small for us to judge?
No, because that's his game. He proved that in college.
But now NFL defenses will know, like, they'll have more tape.
That's his game. That's his game. That's his game, man. It's his game, just like it was Lamar Jackson game, just like it was Russ game, just like it's their game. That's his game. That's what he did when he was in college. That's what he's doing now in the NFL. Right, and I don't think nobody's defense is going to stop his ability.
Before you get into it, let me ask you this question. You made some comparisons. Is he more Patrick Mahomes and Russell Westbrook, or is he more Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick? Is he a runner that can pass or a passer that can run?
Okay, that's a good question. I think he is more Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick, but I ain't mad at their careers. Hey, I'm just saying.
P, who you got?
Man, give me Carson, man. And
talk to me.
I think Carson. Well, for one, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this. I'm a Dallas fan, man. I hate Philly, but ever since they put that statue of Nick Foles out of there, man, Carson's career been doomed. Like, bro, it's hard. It's hard to go to an arena and look at another man's statue that you should have had, bro. That's hard.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, on a serious tip, bro. Like I was kind of mentioning to y'all before the video even started, man. That's our division. I keep a close eye on everything. I'm gonna be honest. I never thought Dougie P was a great coach. I thought it was Frank Wright the entire time. So when Frank Wright left that system, look how that franchise, and the team overall just went downhill, especially the offensive side of the ball. And everywhere Frank Wright's been since then, and now he's the head coach of the Colts, which makes sense for Carson Wentz to go back under the guy who we had an MVP caliber season up under. And if you look at the Colts, man, you can put Jacoby Brissett in there. You can take Andrew Luck coming back off a lesser-rated spleen in there. You can put Phillip Rivers, how he looked terrible in San Diego last year. And look what he did with that Colts team. They got the line, they got the running backs, they got the weapons, they got the defense, and they probably the best team in their division overall. I feel like if you plug Carson Wentz in that system with Frank Wright, giving his offense back basically, and letting him have those big horses in front of him on that line, they have, I think Pro Football Focus ranks them the number 1 line in the NFL or number 2. And I think Carson Wentz is gonna stand in that pocket and look good, man. I think it's gonna be amazing.
Let me ask you this question, P.
Turnaround he's gonna have.
Is Carson Wentz, whether it's fair or unfair, some have said Carson Wentz is a guy that other guys don't want to rally behind. Some of these even got as far as to say is he might be a cancer in the locker room. He's a selfish player. All right. Is as far as his ability to be able to lead men, to be a leader of men and to take them all the way to the promised land, do you think that those type of reputations, and do you see that in him, as far as it being a problem with him being able to get the Colts to where they're trying to go to?
Hey man, I'm a believer in second chances. And I'm a believer that Carson Wentz had no problem in being a leader of men prior to that catastrophe in Philly taking place, and that, you know, the team kind of folding. You got the owner going at it, you got the GM and Howie Roseman, you know, they calling him a weasel, saying he's going behind the coach's back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a whole big mess. And I honestly think Carson Wentz just pulled a James Harden on the low. That man wanted out of Philadelphia, bro. And he did whatever he had to do to get traded.
So that's not really who he is.
Play bad. I don't feel like that's really who he is. I feel like everybody loved him.
So he played bad on purpose?
Going bad. I feel like he wanted his way out of that system. He knew they wasn't going nowhere. He knew Philly was about to be in a whole rebuild. So it's like, bro, get me out of here. You see these guys, they're revolting already.
Get into it, fellas.
But they won the division. They won the division. Hold on, let me ask you this: Is Doug Peterson still over there coaching Philly?
No, Dougie P gone.
Okay,
they got
check
it,
this out.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so the coach is gone, Wentz is gone.
Right.
Okay. So Hurts is free with no pressure. But you say Wentz got the coach he want. He got a top 10 defense. He got the roster.
Mm-hmm.
That's pressure. And I don't trust Wentz in pressure. He's a turnover machine. And not only that, is he going to play all 16 games? Is he going to make it to the end of the season?
Hey, man, I think behind that line, just like last year, behind Philly's decimated line, he's going to stand up and he's going to be healthy for the remainder of the season. And I think, like I said, you're going to see a complete turnaround. It's amazing, bro, what a change of scenery can do for a player, man. And like I said, I feel like him going to the Colts, it's going to be a whole turnaround, man. Like, just watch it play out, man. Just watch it play out.
I'm just saying.
The question was,
you can't predict the future, but I feel like Carson Wentz can definitely be a leader of men. I think he's shown the ability to be a leader of men when definitely during that season when he was in Philly, balling out of control, one of the people legs throwing passes and stuff. Like, I feel like Carson can do it, man. I just think the situation.
But see, that's what I'm saying, though, Pete.
Sometimes you need a new ear, bro.
But look
at this, for example. You got some of the best coaches like your Popovich and all of these guys. Do you think their voices don't get stale? Why do you think they bring other guys in or start bringing former players and stuff in? Because even with Bill Belichick, like, no matter how great these guys are, sometimes your voice gets stale, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to move on. Sometimes you might have to bring somebody in to kind of back you up and give you that little extra pep. But I mean, sometimes you just need to change the scenery, man. And like, you know, you get tired of hearing that same rah-rah speech and we going out in the first round.
But ain't he going back to the coach he used to play for? That's the same voice, ain't it?
No, but that's what I'm saying. He was the offensive coach. He was the offensive coordinator. And I feel like he has his system.
Yeah.
And now that coordinator is his coach, and the coach system is already there. You just got to plug Carson Wentz in and let him do his thing. I don't think it has to be that complicated. I think look at AB.
Well, he got a good opportunity. He definitely got a good opportunity.
Everybody said AB was going to be a cancer. That man got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he wouldn't start though. That's different.
He wasn't the quarterback. He wasn't the quarterback.
He balled out in that Super Bowl.
He wasn't the starter.
And people said he was going to ruin the team.
So are y'all also saying, because the question was
OAB, I don't know.
The question was who is going to have a better season between the quarterbacks? That was the question. So are y'all also saying that the teams that your quarterback is rocking with is going to be a better team? Like, are the Colts going to be better than Eagles?
No, I believe the Colts will have more team success. I believe Hurts will have a better individual performance.
Gotcha. What about you, P?
I feel like Carson is going to have a better season because he has better weapons and things surrounding him. And I feel like the Colts are going to definitely have a better season just because, like I said, they have I don't think there's no comparison between them and Philly right now. Philly's about to be in a whole rebuild, basically. And Jalen Hurts is part of that rebuild, and he's going to be the face of that rebuild. And I think he's going to do good being the face of that. But I don't think he's going to have the season to back up his numbers like Deshaun Watson. Deshaun had one of the best seasons ever, according to Pro Football Focus and NFL, just period. People are raving about his season, but nobody's really talking about the Houston Texans or nothing, or really even talking about Deshaun for that matter after the season he just had.
So
I just hope Carson Wentz play all season.
Is part of the reason you saying Jalen Hurts is going to have a better season, but not a better team success as far as him being the quarterback for the Eagles? Is part of that reason because you're a Dallas fan? You ain't wishing the Eagles to have a good season.
No.
I'm talking about LG.
No. He was. No, that's not it. I agree with P on that part. Like, Eagles are in a rebuild situation. So, I think that's the kind of year they're going to have, a rebuilding year where Wentz is going into more of an established situation.
Cool. Hey, is that
But go Cowboys. It still have about them Cowboys though.
who's the reigning champ for the division?
Dallas Cowboys.
Washington football team. Washington football
Hey,
team.
man.
And listen, go ahead and speak your piece before we close it out.
Man, I don't like y'all neither, but that's neither here nor there. So it's all good.
hey, you ain't supposed to. You ain't supposed to. We still the defending champs until otherwise replaced. But anyway, I see you got on that maroon too. That maroon look mighty Washington Redskins color. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so I got this Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. You
he got to coordinate. He got to coordinate
too. With them boys, how them boys record look against these boys though in the finals? I know they got them one, but overall, you know what I mean? I know they got them one, but overall, that's a different story. That's a different debate for a different day.
Hey, tell him, LG, get off my Zoom.
I control the end button. I control the end button. Y'all can't end this meeting without me. Anyway, hey, HOODLAMB, Hoodlum Apparel. Go to the IG and go to the website. Order you some hoodies. Order you some t-shirts, some hats. Order everything you can. That's the official sponsor. That's the home team. They ship all around the country. This is Pick a Side, Stack City, LG, P, BarberShop P, and we out.
Yes, sir. Pick a side.
Pick a side.